I truly believe that creating a plan now can solve all of your move abroad problems. If you're planning a move abroad, then you've probably already focused on getting that visa, figuring out how many suitcases that you can get away with, and maybe even dreaming about your new life abroad. But here's what no one tells you: the things that actually ruin your move. They're the ones, you didn't even know that you had a plan for, like getting hit with a tax bill from a country that you don't live in anymore, or realizing that the premium health insurance that you bought doesn't actually cover anything that you need. Hi, I'm Danielle from Expat Livin, and I've talked to so many families, retirees, and professionals about moving abroad. And from what I've learned, any one of these 5 mistakes can be the reason why someone might choose to move back home. In this video, I'm going to show you what they are so that they don't ruin your move abroad and what you should do to avoid them. And before we get into it, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, and we put out videos like this every week to help you move abroad the right way. All right, that dream of a relaxed, exciting new life abroad, it's real, but only if you plan for reality and not just a fantasy. We learned a lot of this the hard way, and that's when we moved from the United States to Spain with our family and a dog. And honestly, we've had things go sideways. So let's make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Mistake number 1 is the tax trap. This is hands down one of the most expensive mistakes that you can make. The problem here is that a lot of people think that once they leave their home country, they're done with their taxes. If you are from the United States, that is not the case. The United States taxes are based on your citizenship and not residency. That means that you still have to file every single year, no matter where you live. So what goes wrong here is that people skip filings. They think that I don't earn money in the US, so I don't have to file there. Or they don't understand foreign accounts, and suddenly they're dealing with double taxation or massive penalties. I'm talking about things like the F-bar penalties that can hit tens of thousands of dollars for forms that you didn't even know existed. All right, the fix here is before you move, talk to an expat expert professional and not necessarily that hometown accountant. Okay, you want to speak to somebody who actually understands international taxes, because there are benefits like the foreign earned income exclusion, but you only get them if you file correctly. All right, mistake number 2 is the healthcare gamble. This is another one that people underestimate all the time. The problem here is you hear healthcare is amazing and cheap, and you stop researching. What might actually happen is that you arrive and suddenly the wait times are really long, or your conditions isn't covered, or your insurance isn't accepted where you want to go, and now you're dealing with a stressful situation in a different language. The fix here is you need to verify everything. You will want to look at coverage for pre-existing conditions, the waiting periods, which hospitals are going to be included in your insurance coverage. Don't assume ever. Even with private insurance, you may turn up in the middle of the night for an emergency to simply discover that that hospital doesn't take your insurance. I have been there, my friends. 3 hospitals later, we were finally in the right place for what was a very serious, scary situation. All right, mistake number 3 is the budget blowout. This is where reality hits hard. The problem here, you budget for your flights and rent and completely forget about what it costs to start a life from scratch. Some of the things that can go wrong might be the amount of money that you need for your deposit, often 2 to 3 months of rent, and maybe even a little bit more. Think about a landlord in another country. You likely won't have any credit in that new country. And for them to take the risk on renting to you, you might have to pay several months up front. Plan for several months deposit. All right, then there's the visa fees. It's not just the application. Maybe it's furnishing a new home or shipping, which is usually shockingly expensive, right? Suddenly your budget is gone before you've even settled in. The fix here is to create a separate startup budget and honestly sell more than you think you should. You'll find that you don't need to bring as much stuff as you plan to. And then make sure that you still have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up after your move. And a quick pause here. If you are planning a move abroad and want some support tools and real guidance from people who've actually done this, come and join our free Expat Living community. We've got resources, real conversations, and people at every stage of the move so that you're not figuring this out alone. Okay, the link is below. Mistake number 4 is the paperwork nightmare. This one surprises almost everyone. The problem here is you think once you get your visa, you're done with the paperwork, and sadly, you're not even close to it. What happens next is you land and suddenly you can't open a bank account. You can't lease a place. You can't get your residency because everything depends on everything else. It's a full-on bureaucratic loop. All right, in Spain and Portugal, for example, you have to apply for your residency card as soon as you arrive in the country. So without that card, you cannot do anything. The fix here is before you move, map out your first 30 days. Know how to register locally, get your tax number and residency card, and how to open a bank account. And be sure to scan everything, every document before you move. Trust me, that one is going to help you. All right, finally, mistake number 5 is the expat bubble. This one doesn't cost you money, but it will cost you your experience. The problem here is you stick with other expats, you don't learn the language, and you stay in your comfort zone. And what happens is you end up feeling like a permanent tourist, which can lead to feeling disconnected and isolated, and maybe even wondering why you moved in the first place. The fix here, my friends, is to start integrating immediately. Learn the language. Consider taking a class, even if you already speak the language a little bit, okay? Join local groups or international exchange programs and say yes to invitations. This is where the magic actually happens. So if you want your move abroad to actually work, let's avoid those tax traps. Avoid the healthcare mistakes, the budget surprises, the paperwork chaos, and don't stay stuck in the expat bubble. Because moving abroad isn't just about getting there, it's about building a life that you actually love once you arrive. And if you want some help doing that, join our free Expat Living community and talk to other people who are going through this with you. We've built this so that you don't have to figure this out all on your own. The link is going to be in the description below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who's looking to move abroad. At Expat Living, we want to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you so much for watching, and happy travels, my friends.